Hello. Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome. Very happy to be here for this special broadcast today on May the 1st, 2022. I thought that I would pop on today and do a few readings celebrating Beltane and just the beautiful conjunction of energy, planetary energy that's happening right now. And as I was preparing for these readings, I always like to have in mind a spread, which I may or may not use for your reading, but also it helps me to focus. And then my intention is to start today with a message for the collective. Hello to Clevis and Lydiane, welcome. So I'm going to actually start with that. Hello, Donna, welcome. And I know this is a special time, so I really appreciate you showing up. Thank you. If you had an opportunity, I pasted some things down below, just a couple of reflections. One is from my Wee Moon journal. I just love the writings in that journal. So one was a celebration of Beltane, and then I also shared with you a few words from Anandashree, who is one of the astrologers that I love to follow. And as I was going back, also reflecting on a couple of Molly McCord's broadcasts from April, I was really struck by the synchronicities of the messages that were coming through the Vedic astrology, as well as the other astrologers that I follow. So it's really beautiful. And so it is from a union of all of those that I thought about this spread. And this is for all of you. And I called it the Divine Timing Spread. I think there's something really magical that we can embrace right here and right now. Last night, so this is a complete aside. Have any of you seen I'm going to call it a train of stars? So what I've learned since this is the first time I saw it last night. So I've had a bit of a emotional little shift last night. And then I was outside for a walk with my partner, and I looked up in the sky and I saw a very fast moving train of stars, which I have since learned is a series of satellites that was launched by the Elon Musk group. Have any of you ever seen that? It was really, really incredible. I'm assuming it's satellites. Clevis said she was told they are planets. It was very powerful, whatever it was. I really do need to re-edge my I'm going to use Shadowscapes today. I have a few other decks on the table. I might use Victorian Fairy, as well as I might very well use the Wildwood as well too. Anyway, I just want to say welcome. Sorry, I don't think I greeted everybody. Erica's here. Hello to Erica and Sharon. Welcome. Tamian. Lovely. Lovely to spend time with you as well too. Beam me up, Scotty. Yeah. And Dee, Beltane blessings to you as well too. Thanks for joining. All right, so I'm going to go through and do this spread. I haven't done one yet. This is created by me yesterday, Divine Timing Spread. It is a 5-card spread. And why 5 cards? 5 cards were prompted by the energy of what I was picking up on, but also the fact in this Taurus energy, Beltane, the Pentacle, Taurus 5, Hierophant 5, stuff like that. So I wanted to stick with a 5-card reading. The first card in this spread focuses on vision, big vision, grand vision connecting to the energy of Jupiter. Jupiter, the guru planet. Jupiter, that yesterday that was in perfect alignment with Venus. And these two planets conjunct with each other is a pretty powerful blessing. We also had the partial solar eclipse yesterday. So the moon, the sun in Taurus, and all of this just feels like a real blessing. So the first card is to intend not only the vision itself, but are you ready to commit to it? You know, are you ready to put your heart and your soul into this vision that you have been, you can no longer not commit to it. You know, that's so the first card is about the vision. The second card, which I'm connecting to the planet of Venus and this Taurian energy that's around us right now. Hi, Effie, is it's about the sanctuary, the sacred space that is necessary to celebrate, to honor, in order to feed, to allow the vision to flourish. And then the three cards below are the steps, the next steps, the details, the little details that are really, really important to seeing a vision, through. And this first reading is for all of you here and the collective in general. This message could, of course, encompass something environmental or political. It could also bring to mind something quite personal that connects each of us that are here in the chat as well, too. Hello, Teresa. Welcome. Okay, and then I'm happy, of course, to share this spread with you individually. Today is my nickname day because it's a gift to offer a lily of the valley to someone on May 1st. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so I'm just going to fan out these cards. I don't know why. I just feel like doing that. Okay. Yeah. So pretty, so pretty. I also have the Kitsune Oracle on the table. All right. Let's switch the cards over. The questions are in the description box below if you're interested. And you know what always happens in these readings is that there's always happy birthday tomorrow, Effie. There's always, oh my goodness. All right, so it's really quite something because this morning when I was looking at, there's an astrology page where I get a tarot card in my email every morning, and it was the Ace of Wands, and this is the Ace of Wands. It's the foxes. It is the sun. It is magic and birth and growth and true. This is such a personal confirmation for me. And if I share a little bit about my story, it might help you as well too. So there is a particular project that I have initiated and that I've started, that I've committed to working on. And I feel as if each time the planetary energy, as I am aware of these surges in planetary energy, it's like it allows me to move forth. And so, what I want to invite each of you today to, one of you is creating a cookbook. Who is creating a cookbook? That was something that just came through. So, whatever your, and there's a lot of passion and heart behind these intentions. And if each of you could do one, make a decisive action to commit to this project. And because this is Sunday and you may not necessarily, you might be with family and so forth, even just placing something on your altar or affirming this project is indeed very, very real is really important. So the vision is clear without a doubt. It is time to embrace it, to and with the foxes, I just pulled out the kitsune. The energy of the foxes and the kitsune is quite magical. And oh my goodness. Okay, so we have Hierophant Blessings here. I'm going to zoom in just so you can see the cards. I know the art on this deck is quite small. I might already be maximum zoomed in. Let's see if I can go in a little bit more. I'll back in and out so you can see the artwork. The beautiful thing about the Hierophant card in this deck is that it is connected to nature. And the wisdom of the environment becomes really important here. So in the development of your, I'm just going to use the word project, in the development of your project, the big picture awareness of the environment in which you created is really important. Now remember that this is the card of Taurus, but this intention of this space was for sanctuary. And the environment that you honor is another word that feels really important here. I want you to honor the sacred space in which you create this. So the journey of the development feels really important. And that means perhaps getting up a little bit earlier in the morning so that you are working in the quiet hours, so you can put more spirit into it. Something like that. Hello to Joel. Okay. So, and maybe also this could represent your connection to, for some of you, depending on where you are in the world, you might be able to awaken an outdoor altar at this time, or to do some of your work actually outdoors in nature and be infused and inspired by nature itself, and allow the wisdom of nature to create the sanctuary for the initiation of this experience. Okay. Now, the next three cards are the steps, the little details. What do we need to know about the details of this? So we have an Eight of Cups, we have a Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Moon. And I'll move those up for you so you can just see the details. So Eight of Cups and Moon, definitely. So we have water. We have a receptive pentacle energy. All of these are very receptive cards, which is it doesn't help us. All this receptivity doesn't necessarily help us move forward. But what I want to say is that in the release of emotion, the truly allowing of your putting your heart into it is really important. It might be more important right now than the marketing details or the funding details. So to make sure that you're, a lot of the time when we're talking about the Moon card, it's really embracing the complete self, right? Embracing the part of yourself that you don't necessarily show to others. And so the flow and the release of energy is really important. And this is definitely going to take a season to develop. The Seven of Pentacles card is really about witnessing and observing each step along the way, and not being in a rush to do that. Okay. So Effie asked about this deck. Yeah, this is the Shadowscapes, and I did trim it on 3 sides. Yeah. Audrey has been out in nature. Of course, Joel, you can ask a question. I'm just going to wind up this this reading for the collective, and then I'll do some individual readings. Okay, what else do I want to say about this? There was something I said earlier about getting up early in the morning. And it's a very yogic practice. I know in other spiritual practices as well too, the connection with the early morning hours can be very um, potent, spiritually speaking. And when I work with Eight of Cups energy, there is and this particular card, there is so much surrender. It's almost as if it's a surrender to spirit. And that second position of the card feels of the reading feels really important to me as well too. So I want to suggest that this, whatever it is that you are in, that you are developing, is beautifully honored, sacredly honored. And I'm not sure if it's the time of day or the space that you created, but a combination of all of that is really, really important. And the fact that the moon is showing up here, look at the mushrooms. This is such a, oh, I'm so glad I brought out this deck for today. Can I suggest this? That it might be time for you to share this with your family. It might be time to share it with your coworkers. It might be time for you to, this feels like a big reveal. That's what it feels like. It's time for you to reveal it to the world and not just keep it in the shadows. Mhm. All right. So the Ace of Fire being here is just, it's so synchronistic, and I want you to pick up that torch and wow. Okay, here we go. I'm going to draw you an oracle card for you as well too, and then we'll do some individual readings. Donna, this eclipse and 4 planets are making exact major aspects to 6 of your planets. Wow, this must be a very powerful weekend for you. Okay, so final message here from the Kitsune Foxfire Oracle. Keyword is hope. There's a couple of things here. One is that I'd like you to look at the 7 of Pentacles energy and the season that is showing up in this particular card. The development through, right through the changing of the season into the fall feels very, like this feels like an enduring project. This is not something that's you're just working on for the month of May or over the next couple of months. So I want you to embrace the enduring energy of this, the fact that this time around, it actually is going to go to development. To honor it, to honor its beauty, to create space for it. And it will be time very shortly to share it. So if you can just perhaps write down that keyword reveal. And I was saying that marketing doesn't feel really important right now, but there is an aspect of reveal or revealing something to others that is going to be timely right now as well too. Okay. All right. Tarot Destiny. Hello. Namaste to you. I am just looking up your name to see if I have it. I do not have you on my list. Okay, so I'm going to add Tarot Destiny. And Tarot Destiny, if you would like to share your name, I will write it down so I can remember. Okay, anybody else coming in? Hello and welcome to all of you. Janine, namaste. Namaste. Okay, so let's do some reading. I know Joel has a question, and I'm going to pop over to Joel, and then if any of the mods want to straighten me out on the order of readings, that would be great. Okay. Joel got a job. Been there for less than a week, but I'm thinking about doing a U-turn and leave. Wow. Okay. What's to come if you leave? What's to come if you leave? Okay. I'm just straightening out these cards. So let's hold space for Joel. I know a lot of you have been following Joel's journey over the last little while. So Joel, I'm going to pull 3 cards for this question, and then we'll try to weave something together for you. Okay? Janice. Janice. Okay, let me write that down, Janice. Janice Lake. Okay. I saw somebody else pop in too. I just want to say hi to, who is it? Somebody else was here. Okay. Sorry if I missed your name. Oh, Sadhana, what are you doing? I'm just trying to get to the, so I can see the chat. There we go. Okay. Sorry, Donna. I wasn't looking at the chat. So I'm going to do Joel, and then I will go to Teresa. Okay. Okay. And Gerald's here. Namaste, Gerald. All right. 3 cards for Joel. So Joel, this is the High Priestess, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. There's each of these cards has a strong feminine energy. Each of these cards is an individual. That's not true. The High Priestess and the Queen of Swords is, and then in the center we have the 3 of Pentacles. So there's two beings, fae or human beings, connecting together with a creature, creating something quite sacred and magical. Okay, so where are we going to go with this? It feels, Joel, it feels like self-employment. 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 Now, even though we venture off into self-employment, perhaps the reason that I don't want to encourage you to steal somebody away from the place where you're considering leaving work, but there may be somebody that you recently connected with that would make an excellent partner in this endeavor that you will create on your own. Perhaps the Queen of Swords is showing up here, encouraging you to develop this in a way that feels more in alignment with who you are. And while the job at the shop might have been exactly what you wanted, there was something about it that just wasn't quite right. So look how the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords both um, are actively connected to energy work. I'm really intrigued that the person, the figure in the front of the Three of Pentacles, we do not see their face. Their back is to us. So I'm wondering if it's not entirely clear who your partner going forward with this might be. And I know we talked some time back about a self-employment project, and I don't know if this was just about working as a reader, but there might have been something else that was in the works. And the internet feels really important here. So I'm connecting to the frequency of electricity, energy, ether. If you have any technical skills that could take something, yeah, I'm just feeling goodbye, Sharon. Happy Beltane. So yeah, so just let us know if this is something that you um, and I know that's scary, right? It's scary to go out on your own. But who, Joel, I want you to look at this. Who is this kind of mysterious person holding and supporting? They are holding you up. They are raising you up. Yet their face is not revealed. For a period of time, both might need to be in development simultaneously. I know Audrey retracted her comment. Okay, you're talking about your oh, so it does have a slightly technical. Okay, I'm wondering, Joel, if you are, I feel like you're in the right place, but the wrong department. And that connecting with Apple, it's almost as if it's like sales is not your thing. There's a development aspect that is important to your soul journey. And so what's missing is the creativity. And so that is what I would be focusing on is, and maybe, maybe within the Apple family, now that you have a connection, I know it's a reseller, but maybe there is a project development workshop or course or something available. I feel like you just need to kind of sidestep into something. This doesn't feel like a complete rewrite. Okay. Joel, I'm going to leave you with that, just that for now. I'm going to go to the next reading, and if I have anything else come through, I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm going to go to Teresa's question, and see if I can be of assistance there. Anything else coming up for Joel? Please go ahead and share that with Joel in the chat. Okay. Audrey, why are you typing and retracting and typing and retracting? It's perfectly fine to share that. Okay. All right. So for Teresa, I need guidance on creating a vision. I've never been one to really have a vision or a goal. Okay, so let's use this 5-card spread to help Teresa develop something that with all, like I was saying, with all this is for Teresa. Let's hold love and light and space for Teresa as we help her to develop this vision. With all that's happening in the planetary energy, I don't feel like this is completely unfamiliar for you. There we go. We've got the same card again, Ace of Wands. Okay. 2 aces. I'm just going to look at the details here, and then I will expand on this. So we have 10 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Okay, so what I feel, Teresa, is that there may have been some defeatist, self-defeating kind of energy that manifested through a controlling nature. So I don't know whether you are an over planner, an overachiever, whether you have a hard time surrendering. And then the other energy that is connected to this is it goes back to your childhood. You know, when we were kids and somebody asks us, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you have this beautiful vision, and then somebody says, oh, well, you know, you can't be a musician because musicians don't make money. That kind of a response. So I'm feeling as if you have been deflated by others going way back, and that may have taken away from your confidence in building a vision over time. Hello to Hannah. I see your comment, Audrey. I understand. Okay, so 2 aces, Teresa. This is about 2 possibilities. This is about, and it's funny that I was talking about somebody that's ready to develop a cookbook, because Ace of Wands, the fire in the oven, the fire in the kitchen, and the Ace of Pentacles could definitely speak to a cookbook. I don't know what it is that inspires you, but I would perhaps go back and connect to little Teresa and ask her what it is she never got to do. That's kind of the message that I was picking up with the 10. And this 10 is it's a hard 10, but it's one that truly wants us to let go of, I don't know, those stories, the stories that really don't matter anymore. You have the Queen of Pentacles here as well, too. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So that, you know, the cookbook, and then we have the four of fire here too, which actually feels like an oven. What about a kiln? Isn't this interesting? I've never actually thought of the 4 of Wands as an oven or a kiln. Something is ready to bake in the oven. I need to trust what I'm picking up on here. Enjoy your yard work, Gerald. Thanks for popping in. An oven. Something that is hands-on. And I'm sorry, this sounds kind of gross, but the whole idea, like the blood, the color that is in the cape and the color that is being released feels almost as if it could be an ancestral pattern, but I'm wondering if you truly were hurt. I'm wondering if that self-deflating, somebody truly influenced you and really hurt you, caused you to bleed. And it is from that blood, hopefully metaphorical, that you go forward. You have 2 aces and a 10, Teresa. So this is very, very important and very real. Donna says, I think the next moon, the full moon, is the blood moon. Anyway, give that some thought. Maybe think about what it is you could bake. You could bake in an oven. And maybe that oven is 3-dimensional, but maybe that's a 5-dimensional oven as well, too. Okay. Tarot Destiny is next. Okay, so that's Janice, right? So you got that, right? Shadowscapes Tarot. Okay. Let us go forth to the next. Sorry, I'm just trying to find your question. And you got that answer. Audrey's been in nature all day. Sorry, I think this is where we are. Your psychic and intuitive gifts, will they be expanding? I want to kind of lean into everything that has been said so far today. And part of what was really coming through strongly in my reflections yesterday was the importance of creating sacred space. So if you go down to the description box below, one of these big questions was, how can I create a sanctuary of peace to nourish and fortify my vision? And also, how might I soften into that truth? And I mentioned in the first or second reading about this might be a time to create a sanctuary or an altar out in nature. You know, sometimes we can go back off the trail and into the trees a little bit, and we create sacred space. And so when you ask a question like this, it really feels to me important that your environment is well cared for. Okay. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for you, Janice. And remember, this is a closed-ended question. So I'm just going to slightly alter that and ask, what is it that we need to know about the expansion of your psychic intuitive gifts? What is it we need to know about the expansion and development of Janice's Tarot Destinies psychic and intuitive gifts? Okay, here we go again. Third time. This is our card for today. Ace of Wands. Heat, passion. I mentioned in the last reading this whole idea about when you were a little girl or a little boy, when you were a little being, and somebody said, what do you want to be when you grow up? There's always some truth in that dream. And so I want to invite you to really think about all of those possibilities. And then also, as we grow and develop through adulthood, these visions, they come and they go and they morph, but really holding on to something is important. So when I see Ace of Wands, one thing I would suggest, Janice, is connecting with fire. And there's a few different ways that ritual and practices with fire can help to enhance your psychic gifts. Okay, and one of the most powerful ones is the practice of Tritak with a candle flame. If you practice faithfully Tritak with a candle flame, Trataka, Tritak, it will help to decalcify your pineal gland. This is a yogic practice that is so calming and so purifying and can really help to calm and clear up visions and our sense of trust with our psychic and intuitive gifts. Okay. This is 7 of Wands. This is I feel there's a message coming through that I've already shared today. And that had to do with the moon card in the collective reading. There is a reveal that can feel, a little bit scary. And the reveal is also another repeating card. The reveal can take us outside of our comfort zone. It can make you very well feel, when we start to share our psychic gifts and our intuitive gifts with the world, it can be scary. And you can find yourself in these ridiculous conversations with people, defending your beliefs and what you've always trusted in. And that 7 of Wands showing up there feels almost as if it's a message of stop this. You don't need to defend your beliefs. You stand tall. Like, I feel like it's a wasted energy. The anger, the frustration, I could see you arguing with a brother or a spouse or something. And what happens in the process of those discussions is you start to feel small. But this is not about you feeling small. This is about you claiming your divine right to exercise your intuitive nature. So you asked a yes or no question. The answer is definitely yes. But I feel like part of this, the secret here is to stop defending yourself. Don't waste your energy justifying the fact that you are an intuitive to people that don't understand. Okay. Thank you. Lovely to meet you, Janice. Okay, let's go to the next one. Erica is next. Erica. Thank you, Donna. How can I put into motion? How can I put into motion the changes that I want to make in my life? Fear and emotional exhaustion keeps me stagnant. You know, sometimes I offer rather crazy advice. Erica, I would encourage you to have a bonfire. A bonfire. It feels as if, and this is something that Anna mentioned. I remember this conversation. So I'm teaching a course right now called Tarot Through the Chakras 2. And we were talking about the purification of Manipura chakra and what it takes to burn through the solar plexus chakra and to ascend into the heart space. And sometimes I cannot repeat the messages that are coming through right now. Spirit is very being very, what's the word? Using very direct words, direct language. Spirit wants you to have a bonfire, right? And just to you need to turn up the temperature to burn through the fear. There's a shamanic practice where you take sticks and you take a stick, and on the stick you name the fear. You can actually write it in a pen or a Sharpie or something. And then you can decorate. This is such a beautiful Beltane thing to do as well too. You can decorate the stick with with flowers or branches or anything that's going to burn cleanly. And you transmute that energy by throwing it into the fire. You can simply take old journal pages or pieces of paper and take those words that you are challenged with and throw them into the fire. I feel like, Erica, you simply need to turn up the temperature. Hello, Diana. Welcome. Okay, so specifically, I'm going to pull a few cards for you. Emotional exhaustion. Yeah, so that is excessive water. So turn up the temperature. I would also suggest starting to, climb a hill, quite literally, walking uphill. Go find a set of stairs and go up those stairs every single day. Spirit really wants you to turn up the heat. Turn up the heat. And how many aces of wands have we had today? Right? Light your torch. There have been so many synchronicities this week. It's incredible. Really, really incredible. Erica, this is the Eight of Swords in this deck, and I want to share with you a message that came through to me this week. So here the swan is caught in some brambles or barbed wire or something. And the vision that came through for this card for me was a Harry Potter reference. Do you remember in the first Harry Potter book, or in the movie, it was there as well too, the three kids, they snuck past the three-headed dog, they went through the trap door, and they were going down to the chess game. And on the way to the chess game were these plants that had the potential to strangle them. And when I see fear and emotional exhaustion, I feel that entanglement. And the only way to get through that, to get through those plants, I remember Hermione said this, you just need to soften, relax. If you can relax, you will just slip through. And the plants will, so what happens is the plants sense your tension. So take this a step further. So the people in your life, the animals, spirit senses your tension and they respond to your tension. So what I was saying about climbing stairs, climbing a hill, having a bonfire, all of this will help you to reduce the tension, to reduce the stress, soften, and maybe just kind of write that word down. I want you to go back down to the description box and write the 3 questions down for the number 2. How can I create a sanctuary of peace to nourish and fortify my vision? And how might I soften into my truth? And Erica, that can also be really simple. That can be about buying yourself a new dress, feeling feminine, wrapping yourself with a really soft blanket. I don't know, getting a new pair of sheets for your bed. Oh, Clevis, that's good. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let me just wind this reading up for Erica. Ooh. Okay, so this is the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning. I just love this wheel card in here. Where are we going with this? You've got this card as well, too. How can I put into motion the changes that I want to make in my life? Fear and emotional exhaustion keep me stagnant. And I want to say exactly what I said to the other person because that message was for you as well too. Stop defending what it is you want to do. Just do what you want to do. You don't need to justify it to your coworkers, the people that you live with. This is about you because remember this whole theme today is about embracing divine timing, picking up your wand and truly going for it. And so what is holding you back is your impressions and your concerns about what other people are thinking. And that's what you need to burn through. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter how they feel. This is about you and the direction that you want to take. This is such a great card to show up in the middle. This tells me that you can do this and things are shifting. But both of these cards would suggest that need to soften. And so the fear is that it's that layer of protection, defensive energy, because you don't think you can do this. But the truth is that you can, and you need to stop paying attention to everybody else. Stop looking out and start looking within. Okay? Thank you. All right. So Donna, I'm going to do one more reading today. So just so choose one more. And yeah, for those of you that whose question I'm not going to be answering today, I really encourage you to go back, watch the replay, look at the reading for the collective, and also know that there have been a lot of repeating messages today. And I will try to sum that up in Mira after or during Mira's reading as well too. Okay. All right. Let's put some more blossoms on the table. Okay. Okay. Merlin's daughter. Let's scroll on down and find you. Audrey, Joel, Audrey, Dee, Hannah, Gerald. There we go. Aisha's here as well too. Welcome to Aisha. Beltane blessings, Kristen. That's wonderful. I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. All right, Mira, I would like a reading on my work situation. I work in high school student administration. As of this week, we are going to have a new rectrix. I have mixed feelings toward her. Any advice? Okay. So what I want to ask you, and this can really be a tricky one. What is it about her that makes you feel so uncomfortable? Where do you feel it in your body? And then really go into that feeling and allow that feeling to consume you, because without going there, it will be difficult to move through it. Okay. So I'm going to pull 3 cards from Mira, and then we'll continue to explore this question. Love the way these cards shuffle. All right. I'm going to lay down 3 cards, and then we'll weave a story for you. Hello from Chicago, Joanna. Carrie, welcome. Ooh, the Hierophant is showing up again. Very similar cards. Both of these have a soulful green man kind of image here. And then we have a feminine transformational energy. Okay. I'm going to say that she probably has something to teach you, something to share with you. There is some wisdom, there is some perhaps unexpected, uh, she might want to do things differently. It might make you feel uncomfortable that she is shifting things up. But this truly feels like a very soulful shift and it feels supporting. So I want to ask you, why are you afraid? And I know you didn't use those words, but I'm sensing there is some fear around working with her. And I want to encourage you to trust in her wisdom or to trust in, maybe she's younger than you. So there's something about that as well, too. But there's definitely something that she has to bring to the table. The other piece of this too is that not only the King of Pentacles, but also the Hierophant reflect the teacher-student relationship. And so there's very much a possibility that um, she, while she is, I'm guessing from the language that she is your superior, that S um, this is so even though you are her subordinate, there might be a surprising amount of respect that she finds for you, and a trust that she has in you, so that yeah, I wanna say that your fear is quite unfounded. Um, I would do what you need to do to rise above this, because this doesn't feel scary at all. I'm going to pull a Kitsune Foxfire card for you. Mm. For the time being, give her the benefit of the doubt. And also, this is another theme that arose this week quite a bit, and that is you bring a lot to the table. So don't feel like you have to dummy yourself down upon her arrival. Remain strong. You have a lot to share. And so, the due respect and all that, of course, is necessary. But the potential for your working relationship is really great. Okay, so here's an oracle card for you. Beautiful. This is a very wintry card. I feel the sense of humility. Humility. Okay, so if you have a tendency to be boastful, if you have a tendency to, like you think you've been there longer, so you know everything and you know the way it is supposed to be, there's a reason that you are being asked to be humble. And perhaps in your leading into humility is a way for you to see things through a new lens, through a new perspective. And some beautiful comments here from everybody in the chat. So from Erica and Audrey. All right, beautiful souls. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back on Tuesday. So Tuesday we have Lenormand readings in the morning and then live readings. Wednesday, for those of you that aren't members of the channel, we're diving into the Margaret Peterson right now. So that's on Wednesday. And yeah, so please reach out. If you want a personal reading, reach out. I do readings, in-person readings, as well as readings on Zoom and email. So yeah, connect with me if you need further support. And don't miss out for this class in the fall. It's going to be an amazing course. The course is ever developing and growing into just, I don't know, like when I started teaching tarot foundations, I had no idea that it was going to grow and evolve into what it is becoming. So please take some time to think about it. And connecting for 22 weeks is a great experience. And if for any reason the course is too expensive, just let me know and we can do a payment plan for you. All right. Happy Beltane, everybody. Blessings. Pick up your torch and trust you've got this. This is divine timing. And so run with it. Namaste, everybody.